Coming up on DC News Now at 6, a power line worker's death under investigation right now in Fairfax County. What we've learned in a live report.
And chaos and violence at a football game new tonight. Several teenagers face charges. What this could mean for the rest of the school's football season.
And the end of a legacy, the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, how she's being honored both in England and here in the DMV.
Hi, everyone. It was a wonderful weekend across the DMV, but now we are tracking a few spot showers and our temperatures dropping back down to the upper 40s later this week. Look at your forecast coming up.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz. Developing at this hour, a bucket truck operator killed on the job. Fairfax County police say the worker was driving the truck when he hit a power line.
Max Marcilla covers Northern Virginia for us and is live in Fairfax County. Max, so a lot of questions at this hour.
There are a lot of questions, but we have learned quite a bit since we last came to you here from McLean at the 5 o'clock hour. We can now confirm that the person who has died in this incident was a Cox technician who was working on a power line here. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a look at the investigation right now. The truck, the bucket truck that this technician was in when it struck a power line, it is still here. Investigators, they're working, trying to figure out exactly what happened. But again, preliminarily, police believe that the technician in the truck struck a power line and he was pronounced dead here on scene. Now, what we are learning is the road closures and power outages that have come as part of this accident, this incident. We now know that there is no timetable for the road to reopen. Just for context, we're here in McLean. We're here on Georgetown Pike near Chain Bridge and Langley Fork Lane, so no timetable on when the road will reopen. As for power outages, well, Dominion Energy, which supplies most of the power in this area, has gotten most of the households that lost power very, very briefly. They've gotten the power back on in those houses. There are still 32 houses here in this McLean neighborhood that are without power, but a Dominion spokesperson says they estimate that that'll be on within the next hour. So again, just to sum it up, the investigators are still on scene trying to figure out, but we can sadly confirm and report that it was a Cox technician who died here in McLean. Reporting live from McLean, Virginia, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
And new developments tonight. The story that we brought you is breaking news Friday night. Gaithersburg police are charging 4 minors and a 19-year-old in connection to a fight at a high school football game. This is cell phone video from that night. The fight happened in the third quarter of a game between Gaithersburg and Northwest High Schools. Started on the field, then fans started fighting in multiple places on the property, including the parking lot. Investigators say one person was critically hurt, but no one was critically hurt, rather, but a school staff member was taken to the hospital. Now, the 4 minors are facing assault charges. The 19-year-old faces a total of 5 charges, including assault. Both football programs now suspended while authorities investigate. Now, the big Brawl and football program suspension means no practice for either team. It's not clear yet when they'll be able to resume. Montgomery County Public Schools did release a statement on the issue, calling it unacceptable behavior. They said they will be announcing updated safety measures for athletic events in the coming days.
And a Fairfax County grand jury has approved 7 charges against a D.C. rapper who's now facing decades behind bars, stemming from a shooting that we told you about at Tyson's Corner Mall in June. Noah Settles, who uses a rap name NoSavage, is facing a potential 45-year prison sentence, now on top of 5 previous charges, including attempted malicious wounding. 2 new charges were added by the grand jury, including possession of a concealed weapon. The county's top prosecutor, Steve Descano, says he wants this case to send a message to community members saying even though no one was hurt, the shooting was traumatic.
It would be inappropriate for me to say I'm going to ask for X right now at the beginning of this. But what I can tell you is we are going to be seeking a significant penalty.
All right, so no trial date has been set just yet, but of course we will continue to keep you updated.
Finally free. After more than 2 years, American Mark Freyrich has been released in a prisoner swap with Afghanistan. DC News Now anchor Mark Hall joining us live here in studio. Mark, Freyrich was a Navy veteran, also a private contractor.
That's right, Chris. And Freyrich was held by the Taliban for 31 months and was freed in a prisoner swap with a convicted Taliban drug lord jailed here in the U.S. Now, he was held hostage in Afghanistan since January 2020. Freylich was in the country for more than a decade before being held captive.
We mean what we say. Mark's family had my word. Every other family has my word.
President Joe Biden released a statement saying that his release is the culmination of years of tireless work by dedicated public servants across our government. And the president also saying today that his administration has a lot of work to do to free Americans held in other countries like Burma, Haiti, and Russia. The release of Freylich comes days after families of WNBA star Brittany Griner and then Paul Whelan met with the president. Reporting in studio, Mark Hall, DC News Now. Tasmin, will send it back to you.
Mark, thank you. And new tonight, a Baltimore judge orders a release of Adnan Syed, whose 2000 murder conviction was chronicled in the hit podcast called Serial. The now 41-year-old was serving a life sentence for the death of his ex-girlfriend back in 1999. Last week, prosecutors filed a motion saying a lengthy investigation uncovered new evidence that could undermine the original conviction. Syed has always maintained his innocence.
Cold case solved. Maryland State Police say they have cracked a 16-year-old murder of a young woman in Frederick County. 64-year-old Gary Artman has been charged with first and second-degree murders. He's accused of killing 24-year-old Dusty Shuck at a rest stop in Frederick County. Investigators say that DNA evidence linked Artman to another 2006 cold case murder in Michigan. Artman was arrested in Florida by Maryland State homicide detectives. An elite search and rescue team from Maryland is about to board a plane for Puerto Rico. They will assist in the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. DC News Now morning anchor Corey James has more.
Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says they're on their way to help Puerto Rico in the wake of Hurricane Fiona. Maryland Task Force 1 is a team of disaster response crews from Montgomery County trained to respond to both natural and man-made disasters. Now, they are expected to head to the island today and supposed to go over the weekend, but could not fly in because of weather. Heading to Puerto Rico, a team of disaster managers, search and rescue specialists, doctors, and paramedics, along with hazardous material and construction specialists. FEMA response teams are also headed to Puerto Rico, and President Biden just approved an emergency declaration for the territory.
Hi, everyone. We are tracking that hurricane now just outside of the Dominican Republic and looking at the formation of the storm system. It is starting to gain its eye once again. So we are going to expect re-strengthening of Hurricane Fiona, and the latest update is forecasting now this goes into a Cat 4 storm. So a very dangerous situation, but you can see from our satellite composite radar out of Puerto Rico. Looking at some of these totals, this storm system is producing at least 27 inches have fallen across that area. So just devastating rain as this hurricane continues to push offshore. Now, the great news for us, it will continue its track well to the north and stay in the Atlantic. We are not expecting any threats to land across the U.S., but we will watch Nova Scotia as well. Now, closer to home, we are watching a few spot showers making its way across Culpeper into Fauquier County, but the cloud coverage continues to really pick up across the DMV. We are watching the arrival of our next cold front that's really going to continue to dissipate as it makes its way to the east. So Fauquier, Culpeper right now into Rappahannock. They are dealing with a little bit of moisture, but that will continue to fade out. Now, hour by hour, we'll go with mostly to partly cloudy conditions because you can see this front. It's really organized out towards Buffalo into the Pittsburgh area, but for us, we will remain on the dry side. Now, Kristen, this means the problem is we have fall that is about to make its way across the DMV and much of the nation, and we have overnight lows. They are expected to go back into the upper 40s. We'll look at that forecast coming up.
Janessa, thank you. And the world watched today as Queen Elizabeth II was laid to rest. Now, locally in D.C., people gathered at British pubs to mourn and celebrate together. And our Lex Suarez went to one to find out what the Queen meant to them.
Local British pubs opened bright and early so community members could honor the life of Queen Elizabeth II together. People who came out here to the Brighton tell me it meant the world as the late monarch greatly influenced their lives. One of the biggest moments in modern history, the longest serving monarch laid to rest, and people tuned in all over the world, including right here in D.C.
I just wanted to, wake up and come to this and just pay my respects.
Some British pubs opened for community members to mourn together, and locals who were impacted by the Queen made it a priority to be there.
I'm English from my father's side. He's English and grew up there, and so, the Queen, even though I'm born in the U.S. and have been a U.S. citizen for my life, she's been a big presence.
Her influence seen in the sheer number of people that came out to see her lie in state in the days leading up to her funeral. For one man, it reached into his personal life as he studies the monarchy at a local university.
There's us who are, private citizens. We have private lives. She didn't have the luxury of a private life. She gave herself entirely.
That dedication is something people across the world are inspired by.
I think there is a lack in the U.S. of that sort of neutral but powerful national symbol, that unifying national figure. I mean, we have a flag, but in Britain there's a person and a crown, and that's part of what we're mourning today, but also celebrating.
In Washington, Lex Juarez, D.C. News Now.
All right, and still ahead on DC News Now at 6, we continue our coverage of Maryland's gubernatorial race candidates about their plan to fix the economy. Hear from them next.
Also, stretching your dollar, how you can save money ahead of holiday travel. That story and much more coming up on DC News Now at 6.